This feature that we're going to add to our Groundswell site is the ability to resize the form element for entering comments on our registration form. And this is going to illustrate using one of the jQuery UI interactions, which is the resizeable interaction. So what I'm going to do is click on the register link here, and you can see that there's a comments field here, and it's pretty sizable. The user can type their comments, but what if we want to make this resizable so the user has more area to type in? So what we're going to do is go over to the code and implement the jQuery UI resizable interaction to let the user resize that comments area. So let's go to the code. So here we are in the folder for the example, and inside the lifestyle there's a register file. I'm going to open that up in my editor. Let's find that in the design. So that's down here in the code. So this is the text area right here. And this text area we're going to make resizable. And you can see it's wrapped inside of a div named comments section. And the text area itself has an ID of comments. So a couple things we're going to do. First, we need to include the necessary jQuery library and the jQuery UI library at the top of the file. So we're going to go back up to the top, and we're going to do that. So we also need to include the CSS file. So I'm just going to copy and paste this, and the file is in the Sunny subfolder because that's the theme we downloaded, and it's called jQuery-UI-172.custom. Okay, so now we've included the style sheet. Now we need to include the script file for both jQuery and jQuery UI. So we're going to do that. We're going to type script, and the type is equal to JavaScript, and the source is in the scripts folder, and it's jQuery-132.min.js. And that's that script right there. And then we're going to include the jQuery UI, and that's jQuery-UI-172.custom.min.js. All right, so now that we've included the script, we can assign the resizable behavior to our text area. So let's go ahead and do that. And remember, that's just a simple matter in jQuery of when the page loads, and I'm going to declare my little page load function right here. So when the page loads, we're going to use jQuery to get a reference to the comments section div, and we're going to make that resizable. So that's pretty much all we need to do to make it resizable. Let's see how that works out. So jump over to the browser. Going to refresh. So you can see now that a little resize handle has been added here at the bottom of the comments field. So we can resize, but you can see that there's a bit of a problem. We don't want the user to be able to resize this thing across the entire page, and it would be nice if we could just constrain it somehow so that they can't make it too small or too big. So let's set about solving that problem. So let's go back to the code. So what we need to do is specify that there's a maximum and minimum width for the field. So here in my function, I'm going to declare a couple of variables. First, I'm going to declare a max width variable. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to set that to be whatever the current width of the field is. That way it can't get any bigger than it currently is. So I'm going to use jQuery to retrieve a reference to the comments section div. And I'm just going to ask for its width. Remember from our CSS section that we can get the width of any element by doing this. Now, in the resizable call, pass in some parameters to resizable, because remember it takes some parameters like what we want the min width and max width to be, and so on and so forth. So I'm going to pass in an object, and I'm going to say that the max width can't be any more than the max W. That should fix the max problem. Let's go back to the browser and see.